Are 140-million-year-old London hammer and meteoric iron dagger weapons of ancient aliens? Throughout the world, many mysterious objects have been discovered. We call them UPART, and they play a significant role in generating theories of time travelers, lost ancient civilizations, and alien ancient visitors. Such artifacts as the Antikythera mechanism, the Baghdad battery, the Dropa stones of the Dropa extraterrestrials of China, Mesopotamian cylinder seals, where the kings lived for tens of thousands of years, etc., are known as out-of-place artifacts, or UPART, and in the list, a 140-million-year-old London hammer found in Texas and an ancient dagger found in Egypt are said to possess an extraterrestrial connection. London hammer defies all the explanation that connects humans with their ancient roots. In 1936, Max Hahn and his wife found a prehistoric hammer in London, Texas, that is, while they were out walking, and this unusual ancient artifact became a worldwide sensation when the rock where the tool was found trapped in was alleged to be over 140 million years old. Jeff Williams, a certified geologist, said it was a prehistoric hammer with a part of the handle still in place. Some very old rock and part of the handle actually is started to go through a process called coalification. It's where you have organic material changing to coal. And now, how old is this hammer? The hammer itself was found in the Travis Formation. It's a concretion of sandstone, and it usually takes over 140 million years old to form. The question is, how could a tool, obviously made or at least used by man, be found in a rock dated so old when mainstream history maintains that man himself has only been known to exist for roughly 200,000 years? The details boggle conventional history. And upon analyzing, the hammer measured 6 inches in length with a diameter of 1 inch. The metal is made up of 96.6% iron, 2.6% chlorine, and 0.74% sulfur. Interestingly, the iron head has not rusted since it was discovered in 1936, and the wooden handle is unmaterialized with small traces of carbonization. According to geologists, the slow process of petrification dates back hundreds of millions of years. This has led several ufologists and ancient astronaut theorists to a quick deduction of the context of the incredible discovery, leading them to assume not only that there was a human civilization before the historical process of petrification in Texas, but that this ancient civilization already possessed the necessary technology for the fabrication of a hammer with modern features. Evidence suggests that the iron from the hammer might have originated from a meteorite is not a possibility, according to researchers. The chemical analysis of the artifact also detected certain amounts of potassium, silicon, chlorine, calcium, and sulfur. Thus, this composition contradicts the hypothesis postulated that the hammerhead belonged to the fragment of a meteor, since the bodies of our solar system do not have that type of chemical composition. While the exact discovery location has not been verified, the lack of sharp nicks seems to confirm that it was not chiseled from a larger rock formation, but found loose, as the Hans claimed. According to Gaia, the most well-known argument refuting the London hammer's provenance in an ancient time comes from J.R. Cole from the National Center for Science Education, who wrote in 1985 that the stone concretion is real and it looks impressive to someone unfamiliar with geological processes. How could a modern artifact be stuck in Ordovician rock? The answer is that the concretion itself is not Ordovician. Minerals in solution can harden around an intrusive object dropped in a crack or simply left on the ground if the source rock, in this case reportedly Ordovician, is chemically soluble. Could there be so-called impossible artifacts whose authenticity is beyond question? In November 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon discovered one of the most important finds in the history of Egyptology in the tomb of King Tutankhamun, King Tut. While they were unpacking Tut's mummy, they discovered the incredible daggers, and one of them had an iron blade with a gold handle and a crystal knob on it. What shocked archaeologists is that the dagger was made 2 centuries before Egypt is supposed to have had the ability to manipulate iron. In 2016, new tests were done on this dagger, and it was confirmed that it was not just an ordinary iron, but a meteoric iron that came from the stars. Jeff Williams said, "Anybody who's ever worked with meteorites, even today, will tell you it's very difficult to do this because of the high nickel content. It makes the metal very brittle, and a technique known as folding or stacking has to be done in order to strengthen it, or else it'll crack and fracture. So the metal has to be heated up to about 2,000 degrees and then folded and hammered, but the dagger does not display the telltale signs of folding, which is unusual, which is usually the striations that run through the metal. So how was this blade made?" they ask. According to the ancient Egyptian texts, the knowledge of working with metals was given to Egyptians by god Ptah. The Egyptian religion, Ptah is known as creator god or maker of things, a patron of craftsmen, especially sculptors, and his high priest was called chief controller of craftsmen. The Greek identified Ptah with Hephaestus, the Vulcan, the divine blacksmith. Ptah is shown as a green-skinned god who, according to ancient astronaut theorists, came from the star Sirius. Moreover, Ptah's green skin color symbolizes his association with mummification and the underworld, and as a result, he was often associated with 2 very important deities, Osiris and Seker, and together the 3 deities made up a powerful mortuary trio called Ptah, Seker, Osiris. 19 iron objects were discovered in the tomb of King Tut, including a set of blades that appear very similar to those used in the Egyptian opening of the mouth ceremony, a ritual performed for the benefit of the deceased to enable an afterlife. These blades are also intricately linked to iron and stars, being described in temple inventories as composed of iron and were themselves frequently referred to as the stars. Is it possible that these incredible hammer and Egyptian dagger have some sort of extraterrestrial connection? And this is on Hows and Whys by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.